Steve Adubato here. You know, one of the many great things about One-on-One is we speak to the most extraordinary educators anywhere in the state and nation. Yeah, that's you. I'm talking about you. Molly Ziegelstein is a kindergarten teacher at Fernbrook Elementary, based?
Randolph,
New Jersey. Now, you're born and raised right in that area.
Yep, Succasunna.
Can you spell it?
Succasunna.
I'm so impressed. You teach kids, and there are five-ish? 5 to 6?
Times 3.
What?
About 15, 18 kids per class every year.
No, I meant age-wise.
Oh.
15, 18, okay, we can do this. I swear we can.
Yep, 5, 6-year-olds.
Did you always say to yourself, before we run a clip, this is part of our classroom close, well, the classroom close-up initiative, produced, and it's been making a big difference in the public television world for many years with the New Jersey Education Association. We're about to show a clip from you in a minute, but did you always want to be a kindergarten teacher?
Kindergarten definitely was not on my radar when I thought of going into the teaching profession, but I did always want to be a teacher. I was surrounded by wonderful educators all throughout my education, and that's definitely why I went to education.
Well, this clip you're about to see from Classroom Close-Up talks about this initiative. A lot of it's about choice time and dealing with our kids who, at incredibly young ages, dealing with anxiety, dealing with pressures, dealing with stress. Listen, isn't there enough time to do that later on? You know. Well, this is Classroom Close-Up. Check it out.
Children and playtime. 2 images that should go hand in hand when you think of kindergarten.
That's one window.
My earliest memory of being kindergarten is coming in and coloring and learning how to cut.
But the fact is, kindergarten has changed quite a bit.
Today, we're asking children to learn to read and learn to write and so much more. There's been just such a shift, I think, from the time that I was in school. I was stunned at the pressure that was put on these little 5- and 6-year-olds.
And that stress on young children can have devastating effects.
Research was showing that later in life, these kids that had such pressure at 5 and 6 had really, really adverse outcomes like suicide and depression and stress because they didn't have a chance to be a kid. And so we decided, how are we going to change that in our district? And play was the answer. Boys and girls, we know that choice time goes. Choice time is an hour of play that fosters social emotional development for students. More importantly, choice time is a time for kids to be kids and take risks without a consequence. All right, friends, what are our 3 this week?
Post office.
We will all sit together in a circle and they come up with ideas that they want to play that week. Then they'll make a proposal, they'll plan out what they're going to do.
So you guys are working on your proposal?
Yeah.
What's your proposal? What are you guys doing? Oh, nail salon.
Do we have string yet? No.
Typically, it'll take 2 to 3 days for them to actually build what their center looks like and build all the different pieces of their center.
Right. You dip your finger.
And then they play. They assign roles to each person in the group.
Okay, how do I get my nails done?
Wait,
What color are we doing?
here. Red.
Red?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Oh,
the
thank you.
color.
This is the change?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So let's pause, take a moment to meet with your group to discuss what we're gonna talk about during Crowd Share. We have them stop and they take time to reflect on what they did that day. And I'll try to refer back to what we talked about when we met before they started playing. How about we start with the nail salon?
We are proud of that we work together and we share.
I have noticed a huge change in students once implementing choice time. Bottom line is that there's less stress. Giving them this outlet to just be kids has reduced the amount of stress and anxiety that I have seen in the past, and it's just an incredible thing to see and be able to offer to our students.
Maybe you guys want to sit and eat now.
Just incredible. By the way, we saw our friend Sean Spiller, who's one of the executives, one of the leaders of the NJEA, my neighbor in the town of Montclair. He was having a good time. They were having a good time. How much of a good time do you have?
It's awesome just to be able to see kids be kids and in such a relaxed environment and let them grow as people at this little age during play.
What are the differences you see? Some of the biggest differences you see in these kids?
I think the biggest takeaway that kids walk away from is they find their voice in kindergarten through play. They find who they are, and because we're able to give them this relaxed environment and this fun playtime, we are able to increase academic rigor. So it's a great thing to be able to give them this time to let out and be a child and have this have the playtime, and then we're able to increase academic rigor because they're not stressed, they don't have anxiety, they're in such a relaxed environment.
What's it like for you? Clearly cares so much about kids. When you see a kid really stressed, really feeling a degree of anxiety that he or she should just not experience at 5 or 6 years of age, what's it like for you?
You just want to take all their worries and it away, and we are able to offer that to them in just multiple ways. Let them explore and let them choose. Giving them choice empowers them to really rise to the occasion and do what's good for them and discover themselves and their different learning styles and what they do best.
What's causing a lot of the stress? I mean, I know a lot of kids are dealing with divorce in their families. They're dealing with academic pressures, right? Mm-hmm. What else is going on for them?
I think it was in their peers, peer groups and.
Oh boy, are you talking about? I'm sorry for doing this. Mm-hmm. Our daughter Olivia is 7, turning 8 as we do this program. She talks about who her friends are, but then she's not friends with these other kids because they don't want to be friends with her, and that's stressful.
Right, like even at 5, we see that, but fostering really within Choice Time, we get a good sense of community and bringing them together. I feel like that's totally
no clicking, no clicks.
You would think. I feel like having this program enables them to really just form a community and get rid of that whole idea of cliques and all that.
Break some barriers down.
For sure. Yeah.
Choice Time any different from your experience between little boys, little girls?
At the beginning of the year, for sure, you definitely have, boys are in blocks and girls are in kitchen and doing dramatic play. As the year progresses, each child really focuses in on what their hobbies are and what their likes and dislikes are, and really you see them come together. And we have, in the clip you just saw, we had a post office and we had nail salon and restaurant all mixed. Children mixing in and doing what they love. So
I don't know why it was
they definitely progress, I would say.
You ever ask kids what they want to do when they grow up?
The first day of school every year.
You do?
Yep.
I remember our daughter when she was 5. She's in kindergarten in the great Montclair public school system. Mm-hmm. I said, Olivia, what do you want to be when you grow up? And apparently she had just been with my wife at a nail salon. She said, I want to be a nail saloner. So I said, what's a nail saloner? And she said, someone who owns. It was a made-up word, obviously. But it was fascinating. She somehow remembers that, getting kids to talk about who and what they want to be.
Right. I think also through Choice Time, a lot of the children bring in their outside experiences. So like if they were at Costco over the weekend, they come in and they're building up a Costco. And that's their world.
Right.
And also it really is fostering this idea of social capital and being a good citizen and what that means to contribute to your community. So when they go out and we see that they want to be a postman or
woman.
Postman or woman.
You teach leadership, team building, social skills.
Problem solving is huge. So it's awesome to be able to see that, and I really do feel like this is a foundation for what they're going to end up being later on in life.
So Molly, I'm sure people are tired of me saying this, but I'm going to say it to you anyway. On behalf of all the parents with children who have benefited greatly from the public schools and from the exceptional public school educators like yourself, I just want to say thank you. I know I speak for a lot of people out there. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
You're making a difference.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Hopefully we're making a difference. We'll be right back with One-on-One right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by the New Jersey Education Association, Investors Bank, Hackensack Meridian Health, PSE&G, Rowan University, the New Jersey Office of the Insurance Fraud Prosecutor, and by the Fidelco Group. Promotional support provided by bestofnj.com, covering all NJ has to offer, and by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with TriStar Studios.